Good evening, truck and tractor pull fans. How's Kendra?
Kendra's great.
Don't mind me, I'm flipping through the book.
Finally realizing how long it's been since we've had a show.
Yeah, it's been a little while. It has been a little while.
Last week we were getting ready for the big banquet.
Oh boy, yeah. Yes. Noise.
I'm
hear
singing
noise.
here. I'm trying to do things my computer does not want me to do.
Good evening, April. How are you? I'll just put it on the big screen for ya.
Nice profile picture there. Old money hog.
Huh?
She's
Oh,
got the money hog
yeah,
there.
I see that. Aaron's mother's. Yeah, don't. Typical me comes home from a nice big gathering of people. Give me a day and I'm sick. So, a couple days actually, but I'm getting nervous. But anyway, that's why we weren't on last night. To jump out ahead here, of course, the big Pro Pulling League banquet is this weekend, and Kendra, as you see with her attire hanging up behind her, she is
It's the
now
only thing I have ready.
And of course, Dave and Tina, John and Gloria, all of them are headed out that way. Sure wish I could go, but I can't go. Too much stuff going on here on the home front and work. And tonight's show, really, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, hit the thumbs up for us. Keeps YouTube happy. We're going to go over. Well, again, we'll announce the champions, even though we've already done that. But I'll do it again.
I think we should rate them on their speeches.
On their speeches? What you talking about?
The speeches. It's always interesting. These guys, these pullers, to hear their acceptance speeches, because not many of them like the limelight. So, I was just impressed that I understood every word that Smokey Smith said.
I was getting ready. Matt Smith's the first one that jumped in my head here too.
Anyone that knows him knows he's a mumbler. So.
Yeah, he did good. He did very good. He spoke more than I thought he would. But yeah.
But as Christy pointed out, this was just a warm up for him, because this weekend's going to be about 350 people he's got to talk in front of. So.
He'll be just fine, I'm sure. He'll be just fine. But anyway, we'll go ahead and go over some of the banquet stuff here. And we have an East Coast Pro Pulling schedule to talk about already. It's November 16th. 3 days ago, I guess this was already put together with 16 events already. So for all the rumor mongers that was going on, surprise, East Coast Pro Pulling is not dead or gone. We have 16 events booked already, and we are charging forward with more. So I expect a new list to come out here very soon. Also, Pro Stock 4x4 trucks will be a new class offered by East Coast Pro Pulling. And there's some other things in the works as well. So we'll get all that information out as it goes. But yeah, things are looking very, very good for 2024. We've been pushing it on social media. It was just a swift kick in the butt. That's what it took, and that's what we're doing. And sit back and enjoy the show, because we ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, the banquet. We had the food. Our food was really, really good. I think we had the shrimp del rey, I think it was called. Oh my goodness! And it actually filled me up. It actually filled me up.
It was much better than in years past. We all mentioned that.
Yeah, the food was very, very good. Very tasty.
Although, give you one guess what our table complained about.
The music was too loud.
No, the other table I sat at.
Oh, okay.
There was no ice cream this year. No ice cream.
Good point. Yeah, there was no ice cream.
No ice cream. Major disappointment. Next year, we're going to have to bring her in. And don't think I won't.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Mike Walker is in the chat this evening. One of our few wrenchers, as I call him. That's a moderator. But Randy Proctor, good to see you in here, buddy.
He was asleep in the chair.
He
So
had
was
it funny.
I.
Get back and find it. And doggone it, I lost it. I can't remember what it was about, but it was pretty comical. And Christmas a little early, but Thanksgiving's next week. Is it next
Yeah.
week?
Next Thursday. It is in 7 days.
Okay, so we're safe. But we'll definitely be back next Wednesday night, and we'll go ahead and announce now that Dave Moore will be with us on next Wednesday night with an East Coast Pro Pulling update and some updates from the big banquet this weekend. And Kendra, I'm sure, will have her version of things, how she enjoys the big banquet and stuff. As you can see, she started packing. So
That does not count as packing. I took the tags off the dress.
that's a
I
dress.
missed one. Never mind. Just
that's
kidding.
A dress.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a short
curtain.
dress.
No, it's not. Better not be. I haven't even tried it on.
I'm just But our champions this year, meetings went pretty well. Tire rule has opened up in hot farm. They're allowed to run double cuts now, up to 48 bar. And the champions, we've already read them off before, but we're just going to get this kicked off. I'm sorry, folks. I'm reading from a book here. You would think.
Yes, Mike Walker. It's fancy. It's a fancy dinner.
Fancy.
So
yes.
Guts to wear a fancy dress.
Yes.
It's even sparkly.
That's a suit and tie banquet.
Dark.
Yeah, that big banquet. That's a suit and tie banquet out there. If not, I've seen tuxedos before, so I know it gets pretty serious. One day I'm going to go to that banquet. I haven't been there yet, but I'm going to go. Anyway, modified four-wheel drive trucks. This is kind of the way the awards were given out at the banquet for champions. Wayne Tapps got the second with Tasmanian Terror 2, and he was the defending champion from 2022, and backed it up in 2023. So congratulations, Wayne. Hot Farm Tractors, Doug Heyman with Bulls Binder, International 1066. He was your first time championship for him. And East Coast Diesel four-wheel drive trucks. Norman Newswanger with Chapter 11. Duh. No.
No, Mike, it's not pickle green. It's actually red. Don't tell anybody.
It is red?
It's like a dark red.
Okay, cool. But and I will also get to say that Norman is a first-time champion in the East Coast Diesel four-wheel drive class.
Oh, and
so I knew you wanted to try to say something.
Well, no, what I want to say is what makes me really happy, because you guys know how much I love to pick on John Mans. In 2021, they were co-champions.
Yes.
And in this year's book, Mans's name had been removed. So I made sure to send a picture of that to him.
Oh.
And let him know that the co-champion has been removed.
Right. He'll be back.
But will no, I'm just kidding. He'll be back.
He'll be back to run some. I don't know if he'll run a full schedule in 2024, but yes, he will. And I tell you, I'm excited to see that truck continue to get better each trip down the track. So I hope he comes around quite a bit. Modified tractors, the radial reactor of Lynn Brookhart. Of course, we all know that's the Curtiss-Wright R3350 power plant in that tractor. And once again, he was champion. Light Pro stock tractors. Matt Smith with Fast Forward took the championship this year, and tightly contested. A lot of tractors ran this year with us. It was good to see. And I hope it continues to improve from there, so to speak, number-wise. So limited pro stock semi-trucks were next, and Hank Oster with the Scrapper, no surprise and no stranger to championships here with the limited pro stock semi-class. And finally, the super stock pro stock tractors, Davey Moore with One More Deer took the championship in the team tractor, driven by Davey and Tara Moore Brittner, with more agitation. So that was the second place tractor. So, and I hear rumors that we're going to have a few more tractors in the class next year. So that is a plus. Then you get into the, I guess they call it special awards. Yeah, special awards. The first one I believe given that was the Johnny Blank Award, and that is the Johnny Blank Award is formerly known as the Family of the Year Award, Pulling Family of the Year, and this year the Paul Hoke family, well deserved. Many, 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 many years of pulling in that family. Paul, uh, even back in the day, Ted and Fred and even the his
Ben,
grandsons
Ben
Ben
and Andrew. Yep.
and Andrew. Yep. So that was well deserved for Paul Hoke. And when you hear the schedule coming up, we're going to read some events. You're going to hear Shippensburg on that schedule already. So congratulations to Paul Hoke. The Gary Mills Award, personal to me. I sponsor the award, and I've won it a couple of times, and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool award. It's formerly Person of the Year is what it used to be called, and it's given to the person or persons contributing the most to improving, promoting pulling on the East Coast. And no surprise, given all season long, all the posts for the upcoming events, anything that needs attention. This person posted online social media, and that's Tara Moore Brittner. This is actually her second time that she's received the award as well. So, congratulations, Tara, and keep on posting. uh, make a 7. Okay, Hooker of the Year was an award that I used to do until this year. I did not do the Hooker of the Year award this particular year because I was absent 90% of the year. So keeping track of stuff was kind of, you know, impossible for me. So Joan and Andy Keene actually took care of the award this year, and they gave the award to Troy Nails. And well deserved. Congratulations, Troy.
And their speech they had a very nice speech before theirs about Troy. It was very, very nice.
Yep, absolutely. And Teen Grease Dirt Monkey Award, if you will, as they call it, Grease Monkey is what we usually call it. But that went to the Denson kids, Evan and Olivia Denson, Jeremy Denson's son and daughter, and well deserved. They're at the pools helping Dad, so that's what that award's all about. Congratulations to them. Behind the Hook Award, given by Ray Kaufman, Decision Maker Sleds, John and Gloria Smith were honored this year with that award. And that award, I don't really have a write up on that award, but it's basically contributing to the pulling club, not so much in the spotlight, if you will. Most workers aren't in the spotlight, but you get the idea. Mm-hmm. And John and Gloria Smith did do that. They do a lot of work behind the scenes and stuff. And that's why we have Behind the Hook. It's behind the scenes. And well deserved award. Congratulations to those two. I think that was kind of sort of it for individual awards, special awards. But we did have two drawings actually. You bought tickets like a 50-50 raffle. And for a free 2024 East Coast Pro Pulling membership. And the two lucky winners were Lawrence Heyman. And of course, Lawrence, we all know, is part of the Bulls Binder tractor in the Hot Farm class. So they will have a free 2024 membership unless we can twist Heyman to build a second tractor for the class. But also, Will Hitchcock came and ran with us a full season for the first time individually with him with the Homewrecker truck. And he won a free membership for 2024. So guess what, Will? You're going to be doing it again next year, hopefully. So that's awesome. So in fact, it's kind of ironic because before we sat down to eat and everything, I had said something to. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was still up there. I had said something. Yeah, you coming back to run with us next year? And all of a sudden, hey, look at here, he wins a free championship. So I guess we'll probably be seeing him back here next year. East Coast Pro Pulling has been in the works uh, in leadership role, we they have elected uh, what do you want to call it? The board of
Board
directors,
members. Yeah.
board of directors, and there's some pretty good names here. They're basically going to run these events. There's going to be a minimum of 2 to 3 at each event. Sometimes all of them may be at an event because there are times events run 6 classes and they're all going to be there, and they will all work together. No one person will have authority over the other. It is their job to run a successful event, make sure the track is good to go, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Talk to the promoters, keep in touch with the promoters and stuff. So, um, and those elected were Troy Nails, John Smith, obviously, Dave Moore. Let's see, Ray Norris, Kevin Windsor, and Lamar Burkholder, and also Mike Mills. Mike Mills is through here. Other than John, Mike Mills is not a puller, but Mike Mills has pulling in his blood since day one that he opened his eyeballs on this earth. So he knows nothing but truck and tractor pulling, and that's why he was elected to be on the board of directors. Fresh ideas, and not afraid to speak up when there's a problem. So I look forward to working with, all of us do look forward to working with everybody, pullers. Um, Things are really shaping up for a bright future here. Like I say, we got 16 events already on the docket, and I've we've never had that in the month of November. Excuse me. So things are definitely looking up there, and I'm going to take a break because I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm going to let you talk about something, Kendra, but we will read out the events. Do you have that in front of you, Kendra? Or?
I will get it right here.
Okay. I will go ahead and put it up on the screen. You won't be able to read it, but
yeah,
I'll put it up there.
All right. So, and I know that there was some missing just based on comments on this original post on Facebook. But it looks like as of right now, April 20th, we're going to be in Easton, Maryland. As the season opener. I'm assuming there won't be anything earlier than April 20th. That's pretty early in the polling world.
Last year, they were the first event.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, rained out, but.
Yeah. May 4th will be in Greensboro, Maryland. May 25th, Memorial Day, will be back at Boonesboro, Maryland. July 5th and 6th will be Shippensburg. The 13th will be Delta, Pennsylvania. July 19th will be back down in Easton. The 24th of July will be Lebanon. That's going to be their fair poll. And then July 26th and the 27th will be down in JR's neck of the woods of Bel Air, Maryland.
Neck of the hood.
Neck of the hood. We're combining some things. It'll be all right. Yeah. July 30th will be at Schuylkill County Fair. Then moving into August 5th will be Berkeley County Fair. In Martinsburg, West Virginia. Then we'll skip down to August 23rd and 24th in Center Hall, Pennsylvania. September 16th is going to be the Great Frederick Fair. And then we'll round out the season at September 28th in Delmar, Delaware. And I know that there is going to be, what was I getting ready to say? Boonesboro, Maryland. So there was only 4 Saturdays in July this month, and unfortunately all the Saturdays in July are booked up at the Washington County Ag Center. So I know that there's been some discussion. I don't know if the pool will move forward, if the pool will move back, but I know that they're doing everything in their power to get another pool there at Boonesboro. So I guess wait and see. There should be another pool coming up there.
Yeah, it's not determined yet. They're working on something there, and there's other events to come in here yet. So I do know that. Yeah, it's going to be. It's looking real good. It's going to be an exciting 2024 for everybody involved here. So, and it's good to see. I was really surprised to see this actually came out Monday, 2 days after the banquet. I was bam. I was like, wow, looky here. They weren't kidding. They said they had events booked already. They weren't kidding. So no classes are determined yet. That issue wasn't forced upon them. The idea was to get them booked, and we'll work on the classes from there. Again, 6,400 pound pro stock 4x4 trucks is a new class offered this year. Not designed to take any hooks away from the modified four-wheel drive class, but it's another option, especially in the South. Four-wheel drive trucks are big, and that gives us another option for four-wheel drive truck pulling, and possibly some other things too. So we'll have to wait and see. But morale's up again, folks. It's going to be a good year. I really like the board of directors' idea. This is going to be fantastic with leadership and stuff, and take a little bit of craziness off of John and Gloria's shoulders, and they're good people that's put in place here. So I think it'll go over just fine. And
Yep.
the important thing I like about it is they're one of their main jobs during the off season, even during the season, is to stay in constant contact with our promoters. Each of them will have a certain amount of promoters that they'll take care of, and that's important. Constant contact, communication is so important. So, tracks, if they deem a track is not fit, the track's going to get tore up and redone. Simple as that. So, yeah, we're trying to avoid disaster, any kind of disaster we can, and
we'll just keep our mouths shut about that one.
by all means, with the fans and your families, safe travels with the season coming up, and by all means, please go support these people. There's a ton of pulling leagues all over the United States, and it's a big risk. You schedule stuff, you pay out stuff, you schedule X amount of classes to come in. You just hope you put enough butts in the seats to cover your bill. And by all means, go out, check your schedules around the United States. You want to travel a little bit, you won't be disappointed. It puts on a good show. It's a safe show. Don't let that deter you. It's one of the safest motorsports in the country. So by all means, get out and support them. You won't be disappointed. They always take care of you, the fan, number one, for sure. That's what it's all about. So, what else do you have for us, Kendra?
Georgia. We didn't talk about Georgia.
Speaking of Georgia, did you bring that up? I posted a video from 2007 tonight from Jessup, Georgia. Georgia. And they, a bunch of us went down there. Robert Martin, Steve Beckley, the Moores, myself. It started off as a convoy till I decided I couldn't keep up with the 18-wheelers. I just let them go. I was in an older RV. But the stories I could tell you from that trip, it was really good stuff, good camaraderie. And, man, did it get cold at night down there. We're going to southern Georgia. It don't get cold down there in southern Georgia. Let me tell you what.
It got cold this year.
Friday night, I froze. I could hardly move the video camera. I was shaking, shivering so bad. We went out the next morning. There was like a Tractor Supply store there. Not a Tractor Supply, but something similar. We bought up thermal underwear. We bought up gloves. We bought up flannel this, flannel. Everybody. It wasn't just the camera guy. The whole freaking crew that went down from the north. We could not believe. I mean, it looked like it snowed. The frost was so heavy. It's crazy.
Yep.
But that was just a memorable weekend. We had a good time. And
we learned the heater in the trailer does not work. Has a fantastic AC system.
Yeah.
I think it might have warmed the trailer up 4 degrees. It's not optimal for sleeping, even though you've been awake. I think we left here around 6:00. We left his place there in Newville and rolled into the pool down there at like 5:20, 5:30. So it was just barely getting daylight, and of course frosted everything. everything was frosted over. Barter and Kerbin Zimmerman and all them, they saved us a spot. So till we found all them guys, it was every bit of 5:30, 5:45 till we got landed. And we had actually turned the heater on the last time we stopped for fuel. And we went to climb back in the trailer to get an hour or two of sleep, and it did not work. Because if it was 32 degrees outside, it was 33 in the trailer. So not optimal for sleeping. I don't care how many clothes you had got on, not optimal. But as always, we had a blast. The craziest thing of the weekend. So I booked a house and it had, or Airbnb, and it was going to be for the Chapter 11 crew and Barter and them. And Kerbin Zimmerman booked a house for his group. Wouldn't you know, we were all on this Lake Eaton or whatever, Eatonton or whatever it is. The house that I booked and the house that Kerbin Zimmerman booked are docks pointed right at each other. So I'm there making breakfast, and I'm like, I think I know that guy down there. And sure enough, so even though like two different road names and everything, we were practically neighbors with our other group down there. So it was great time as always. It did warm up on Saturday. Still got cold at night. Let me tell you what, our East Coast trucks, our East Coast propulling trucks and our Snyder County 3.0 guys, we're a name, we're somebody they look out for. We were at a pool earlier this year, and one of the announcers alluded to that, the further west you go, the better the trucks get and the better the tractors get. I'm here to tell you, if you're at an East Coast show or you're at watching any of our 3.0 guys,
it's okay. There's something flying around outside. I'm sorry.
You're getting the best of the best.
You bet. For many years.
Yeah. So I'll go over just a couple, like top 3, top 5 of these classes, because there was a pile of them. So Friday night event. Oh, by the way, in the 2.6 and the 3.0 class alone was 90 hooks. Wow. And I want to give a big kudos to their track crew down there. On Saturday night, there was 160 hooks, and they did it in less than 8 hours. 160 hooks in 8 hours. It was like averaging 3 minutes a hook. And that's impressive.
Very. And
the most impressive thing is they had 2 guys down there on these tricycle tractors. Each of them had a roller behind them, and then they had a scraper with the grousers underneath in the belly. And now, granted, it's Georgia dirt. They have very good dirt down there. But not to toot his horn, but I'm going to. And I'm going to, toot the track guy's horn. Norm was the last hook of the event, Friday, Saturday night, 160 hooks, and Norm won. So not only was he last truck of the class, that track stayed good enough that the last hook of the evening could still win. And that is unheard of in truck pulling. So kudos to those guys down there. I heard great things about the Beer Money live stream. Obviously, I did not purchase it because I was there. They were doing interviews as everybody came off the track. The only complaint, if I could even complain about it, well, I can, because I wanted to get back to the house and go to bed. They ran the 2.6 and the 3.0 trucks back to back down there on Friday night. And the way that their scales are set up, the scales are set up right beside the exit. And it's a one way in, one way out kind of place. So with the 2.6 and the 3.0s both trying to get up to the scales pretty much at the same time with that many hooks or that many trucks, it was quite a mess, and we couldn't get out of there when we wanted to get out of there. So the remedy to that is I'm going to have an RV there next year, because I will have a hot shower and a bed. at 10 o'clock at night after he's done pulling. Because Kendra was getting a little cranky. And if the guys wanted breakfast at 8 a.m. the next morning, I needed some sleep. Wow. Anywho, we'll start some results here. You're going to hear a lot of local names when I go through the top of these tractors here. The first class, tractors is the first class. Okay. So down there they have what they call an 8500 Pro Farm class. Larry, you can still purchase the live stream. Beer Money, I think it's beermoneypooling.tv. I think you can still buy the weekend event for $10 now. So go ahead, get out there, purchase that from them. It is not a waste of money. It was a great pool start to finish. Anyway, the Pro Farm tractor class down there is very, very similar to our light limiteds up here. Taking the win was Justin Massey with Old Red out of Crittenden, Kentucky, going 322.87. Second place, local guy here, Bradley Seal with Mother-in-Law's Nightmare, went 320.55. Third place was Joe Joe Christopher, an international out of Sharpsburg, Georgia, going 320.30. Excuse me. Next, we go into the 3.6 Pro Stock diesel trucks, 13 trucks on hand. Taking the win was Brady Ingram. We'll let him have it. Out of Illinois with the Shy diesel truck going 316.76. Second place was Norm Newswanger with the Chapter 11 going 315.34. Third place was Jimmy Barter. I tell you what, Jimmy Barter. That guy, if his truck runs like that all next year,
he can be wearing some people out.
Top his game.
That's right. That's
right. Barter had two excellent passes down there. Honestly, Saturday night, I thought he was going to win it. Like I chalked it up. Barter went 310.86. Tommy Hassler was less than a foot behind Barter and was sixth place. So there was 4 trucks there within a foot. So Hassler had a very strong showing as well. Keith Witt and Greg Strandy got in between him there. Next, we'll go down to the 4-1 Hot Street Semi-Class. Taking the win was Dale Malinzak with the Big Mo International out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, going 351.83. Second place was our very own Hank Oster with the Scrapper going 348.72. Third place was Mark Scott with Mr. Moki, a Freightliner out of Perrysburg, Ohio, going 340.85. Fourth place, Jerry Martin with the Inconvenience Freightliner. He was fourth place at 338.36. Albert Brown was also down for the weekend. He ended up in 10th with the back end Black Mac, 314.52. So like I said, strong showings here with all of our guys. Then we went into the super stock diesel trucks. Craig Dickey, if you guys are on social media, you're going to see both of his runs from the super stock class. He laid down one monster pass on Friday night with the Cummins Killer 3 going 362.89. Put 10 feet on Jeremy Yeager's Pipe Dream out of Bloomingdale, Ohio, going 352. And third place, JJ Brumby with the Rumor at 350.29. Both of those are full pool production trucks. So good job to those guys. John Manns ended up sixth place with the Crazy X going 347.80. Carl Butler was also down for the weekend. He was in seventh place with One Nation at 347.38. A lot of our guys jumped up. Norm Newswanger, I missed somebody. How terrible of me. You let me forget Curvin on Friday night. Curvin ended up in 12th place at 299.48. I am so sorry, Curvin. So sorry. You guys can fire me.
Don't forgive her, Curvin.
Hey,
you settle that.
I fed him that weekend.
Never mind.
So I might have forgot you here, but I didn't forget you when I was packing the food, buddy.
Now you know why she feeds them all, just in case. See, you got something to fall
Yeah,
back
if
on.
there was ever a question why these truck guys keep me around, has nothing to do with my dynamic personality. Next, we will go into the massive class of 3.0 diesel trucks. Taking the wind was Adam Cron with Running Behind out of Evansville, Indiana, going 341.37. Second place was Austin White with the Gambler out of Salem, Indiana, 339.85. And right behind him at 339.36, in third place was Josh Land with the Crippler. With a strong fourth place finish, Brandon Ward with the Widowmaker, 337.39. Travis Bushlar with the Matrix was fifth place at 337.21. Going down, so second place was 339. We're still in the 330s in 18th place.
Wow.
When I say there was close truck pulling this weekend, it everything came down to inches. It was great. Greg Walker was 14th
Inches matter.
place. Yeah,
right?
Inches matter.
Inches matter.
Yeah. Greg Walker ended up 14th at 333.80. Chucky Dutter with his common hooker Duramax was 331.98. Fortunately, he had some serious engine issues.
Chucky.
Serious.
Chucky Dutter.
Chucky Dutter.
Chucky.
Chucky. Yeah, he had some serious issues. Unfortunately, he could not hook on Saturday night. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody again. I don't want
Before
to get
anybody says anything, this is not McDonald's. No, I'm sorry.
Clint Mills was 22nd at 329.42. So again, just so many trucks stacked up on top of each other. Kyle Spickerman with the old Jenny was 25th place at 327.65.
Sexy.
29th was Dawson Smalls with Jenny Light at 324.66. And Billy Mead with older Jenny was 34th at 321.05. Jared Brown was also down with Bad Karma. He finished 37th at 314.20. And I think that about does it here for our PA guys. Let me see. So that one. It's so nice when they have the state on here that I can just scroll down through. But yeah, there was trucks. Well, looking Kentucky, New York, Missouri, Texas, Pennsylvania, Vermont. Did I already say Ohio, Indiana? There's another Texas truck. Everywhere. Trucks from all over the place.
Would you say that event at this point now in 2023 is as big or bigger than Scheid or?
Scheid is bigger just because of all the PPL classes, and they can have two tracks going. Scheid pulled in more 3.6 trucks because it's more centrally located and it's a PPL hook for points. It is definitely, I would say they had a bigger crowd than Scheid, a bigger spectator crowd, which is pretty impressive. I would have to look for the numbers, look at the actual numbers. As far as diesel truck goes, yes, bigger than Scheid. But yeah, I don't know if Scheid had 160 hooks both nights. I don't know the answer to that. Scheid also has preliminary rounds for the trucks for the 2.6 and 3.0. I don't remember how many. I would say it was probably comparable for them. So yeah, I would say they're quickly approaching Scheid level, which is very impressive. Very impressive.
Pretty quick too.
For a backwoods, literal backwoods. I think I told somebody the closest Dollar General is 25 minutes away. And that's saying something.
Yeah.
Because in today's world, there's freaking Dollar Generals everywhere.
There was a day there was no one anywhere near here, and now I'm
Yeah,
right in the middle of two of them where I
yeah,
live now. So
yeah. There's Dollar Generals everywhere except for White Plains, Georgia. So
if it's anything like Jessup, they ain't much around.
yeah. Well, we were looking. Jessup's actually getting pretty big. They
Yeah,
have a
it
Walmart.
is. It is.
Yeah, they got a
Yeah.
Walmart. We were comparing there to see what it was like.
Yeah,
Because when
that
I said
pool.
backwoods, I was talking
Yeah.
to Josh and Brandy Martin about it, and they're like, "I don't know, Jessup's pretty out there." I was like, "No." The first time we went there in the dark, I was pretty sure I was getting murdered. Well, this year I didn't realize, they always say in the directions about dirt roads. Well, I left the pool to go to the Airbnb just to put the food in the fridge and just make sure everything was good there. And I was on a road and I was just driving along. It was actually the road the pool is on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just driving along, making sure my GPS was working. And I looked up less than 3 minutes away from the pool. And I looked up at the road and I'm like, I think the blacktop's ending. And sure enough, right there where the blacktop ends, there's a sign that says pavement ending. And it just went straight to dirt. And the speed limit, there was a posted speed limit sign on the dirt road for 55 miles an hour. And I'm
Oh yeah.
like, Norm would shoot me. He would kill me if I came back
Yeah.
and the suspension all tore out of the truck. Because it was
Yeah.
not a smooth dirt road. There was
Yeah.
you could tell where the water had ran through it, and there was big old it was not a 55-mile-an-hour road, and I can have a lead foot. So
There's 55-mile-an-hour non-asphalt roads down there. Keep the boogers on their toes too. So
yeah.
I ain't talking about the boogers in your snoot.
Yeah.
I'm sure many Georgians will tell you all about the boogers. But anyway.
Yeah. Last class of the night was the 2.6 Pro Street diesel truck class. Like I said, 43 trucks showed up for this class. Top three were Ed McConnell with Cause and Effect out of Richmond, Ohio at 350.12. Second place was Ray J. Rent with The Wicked White Knight out of Medford, Wisconsin, 349.39. Third place was Hank Carlton with The Truck Named Sue. And he put right here, Georgia. So I don't know if right here was White Plains or if right here is a
right
town
here in
name.
Georgia. Yeah. No, he was probably at the other end of that dirt road. So.
Yeah. 349.37. Chris Bear with the Rowdy Ram out of Jackson Center, PA was 348.07. Brandon Fink with the Home Wrecker out of Beavertown went 341.82 for 18th place. Nick Kinnaman with Devil's Hooker was 18th at 341.27. So again, less than 10 feet out of first place, which is just incredible. Carson Stauffer with his Ford out of Fort Trevorton, PA was 339.88.
Wow.
Noah Hostetler with the Blue Bayou Ford 334.37. Kyler Zeckerman made the trip down out of Millmont at 331.21. And Matt Mace with Little by Little out of Suddenberry went 312.65.
Man, everybody goes to Georgia.
Everybody, I told you. I'm not a liar. I told you everybody goes to Georgia.
I know my way to Georgia. I have to go down there.
It's super simple to get there. Well, not so much whenever you get off I-20, I think it was. Marshall Beidel and I don't know if they're still dating, if they're engaged, but Marshall Beidel was down there.
Wow.
Well, and Heggie was down there. He's on his big cross-country trip. He was there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's living the life, man. Retired, traveling in an RV now. That's our goal here. Those years are starting to count down really quick. I'm not trying to rush it. Yeah. I'm ready to go RVing, but oh my goodness. I'm not ready for retirement yet, but it's coming.
Yeah. Then we go into Saturday night. They did start a little early, but like I said, we were still done by midnight. So I think we started at 4 and we were done by 12, which is perfect. Started out again with the 8500 Pro Farm Tractor class. Taking the win was Joe Christopher out of Sharpsburg, Georgia, 331.29. Second place went to Justin Massey with Old Red at 324.76. Third place, Michael Stewart with the Shop Dog going 324.24. And Bradley Seal was fourth place at 317.29. So really good weekend there for Bradley. Oh, and I also want to talk about the full pool bets. So they had full pool bets going on that weekend where you could, I think they gave you $1,000 of free money and you could bet on whomever you thought you could. And then they gave a real, I think it was a gift card cash prize, like a Visa gift card to the top three. And I got to give a shout out to my good buddy Cole Forrester. Cole put all of his money on Norm on Saturday night and actually ended up second place with the betting. I guess whatever the odds were with Norm, I don't understand all that. But yeah, Cole got second place. Said he had his gift card by Tuesday of the next week.
Awesome.
So shout out to the full pool guys or the full pool bets guys. It was really fun to go through and like look. I placed a couple bets, didn't understand the premise of it. And don't tell anybody, but I did not put all my money on Norm. He was not even the 3-6 truck that I put the most on.
Wow.
So don't tell anybody. That's our secret.
You just did.
Norm knows. Wow. It's okay. It's okay. Wow. I won't make that mistake again, though.
Proved you wrong, didn't he?
He did. Maybe that's why he won. Because, you know, like I was just like, whatever. I knew he had a late number. I didn't have faith in him. So I didn't have faith in his circumstances. How about that? I didn't have faith in his circumstances.
We'll let you away with that one.
Yeah. And long story short, I now owe the Walkers a cartwheel because I told them that if Norm could beat Barter, I would do a cartwheel. And yeah, it was Leroy got a really good kick out of that. So I guess I have to learn how to do a cartwheel now.
I was going to say, when is this going to go down? Have camera will travel.
Anyway.
We'll go live for that.
The 2-6 Street diesel trucks were second class on Saturday night. Nick Zankert with high stakes out of Okeana, Ohio with 333.98 to get the win. Second place, Ed McConnell with Cause and Effect. He had a great weekend. I believe he took the belt home. For those that don't know, something Diesels and Dark Corners has started is you get a wrestling belt to take home. Dang it. It's downstairs. Should have. It is.
You have the belt?
I have the belt because if not, he'll throw it away. And he has to keep it. So, yeah, I have the belt. I think it's downstairs. It's not in here. Yeah, it's great. It's glorious. But yeah, so whoever does the best cumulative over the 2 week or the 2 nights gets to take home the belt. So I believe Ed McConnell got the belt in the 2-6 class, ended up second place on Saturday night at 330.79. Nick Kinnaman ended up with an 8th place finish at 328.05. Chris Bear with his Rowdy Ram, he had a good weekend, finishing 11th place at 326.28. And something else truck pullers will understand, something you don't see everywhere. The 2-6 guys, every single one of them took the same line. You never see that in truck pulling.
Yeah, not usually.
Every single one of them down the left side. And ironically, that was the line Norm took to get the win. So if you go pulling anywhere down here and 43-6 trucks or 2-6 trucks go down the same path, you don't go down that road anymore. Well, not in Georgia. In Georgia, take everything you think you know and throw it out the window. Back to our 2-6 guys. Jason Stauffer out of Richfield ended up 19th at 323.51. Brandon Fink with the home wrecker at 323.19 was 20th. Kyler Zuckerman, 25th at 319.65. And then Noah Hofstetter with the Blue Bayou at 309.72. So then we went into the super stock diesel truck class. And like I said, Craig Dickey with the Cummins Killer, man, he was on an absolute tear this weekend, or 2 weekends ago, I guess. 348.17. Took the win and the belt home. Keith Witt with American Pride. That is a beautiful truck. I'm assuming it's a wrap. It has to be a wrap. Has, the 3 wooden crosses on the front with American flags. And I believe he has that oh so famous picture from 9/11 of the flagmen raising the flag. Yep. Has a flag, has an eagle. Beautiful truck. If you just get on Facebook, Witt Farms Pulling, he has both of his trucks as the profile picture. American Pride's a sharp looking truck, and it's a sharp runner. 344.51 to take second place. And Brady Ingram with the Scheid diesel truck, 343.59. Van Hazley with Rock Hard Ram was 341.70. And John Mans with Crazy X ended up 5th place at 337.41.
Good job.
So great weekend for those guys. Holy moly, I've been talking too much. So then we go into the 3.0 Limited Pro Diesel Truck class. Again, 37 of them on hand this Saturday night. Like I said, unfortunately, Chuck Dutter couldn't come back, and there was a couple other trucks that had some serious breakage on Saturday or on Friday night and couldn't come back Saturday. Austin White with the Gambler out of Salem, Indiana, takes the win at 351.79. Clint Mills with Against All Odds got second place, 342.69. Great job. The Dirty Man's Diesel, what's he call it? Dirty Man's Diesel Performance.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys had a good weekend as well down there. Always have a good weekend in Georgia. Josh Land with the Crippler out of Lancaster, Kentucky, 342.02, rounded out your top 3. Everybody knows the Iron Maiden truck, Brandon Shue out of Columbia City, Indiana, was 5th place. Truck that impressed me out of Fairfield, Vermont, Sugar Girl, driven by Danielle Corey. Sharp looking truck, and man, she freaking drove that truck. 339.33 for 6th place finish. Kyle Spickerman with Old Jenny was 17th place at 331.48. Billy Mead with Older Jenny at 330.14. Brandon Ward, unfortunately, didn't have the best night. Ended up 23rd at 329.47. Followed right behind him was Jared Brown at 328.72. 27th place was Dustin Harrison with the On the Hunt truck at 325.33. And Greg Walker, unfortunately, had some problems. He's having some issues with his injectors. Only made it 80 feet. Wow. And Matthew Holbrook with Jenny Light, I don't know what happened, but man, he had some serious sparks. 31.48 rounded out the class. Then we go into the 4-1 Hot Street semis. I don't know what happened here. There is 3 disqualifications. I was not watching that class. We were back getting the truck ready after the super stock trucks into this 3.6. And yeah, 3 DQs is kind of crazy. I don't know if they all went out of bounds or if something else happened. I don't know. Taking the win, a last name that'll sound familiar, Joe Gambino. I believe he is brother of Dominic Gambino. Took the win with the Bighorn Dodge out of Springville, New York, 325.51. Second place was Dale Malinzek with the Big Mo International out of Uniontown, PA. Took second place, and I believe the belt home, 320.87. Third place was Lee Pravechek. I don't know, Pravechek. There you go. Top Secret, Peterbilt out of Wisconsin was third place at 319.28. Jerry Martin, 5th place with the Inconvenience Freightliner at 312.85. Old Hank with the Scrapper was 6th place with 309.44. And Albert Brown with Back in Black was 9th place at 296.34. The last class of the night, Norman Newswanger taking the win, Chapter 11 and the belt, 348.45. If you want to see a picture of that glorious belt, just head right on over to my Facebook page, front and center. Second place with a run that I was certain was going to take home the win. And I regretted not putting more money on old Jimmy Barter. Second place went to James Barter with the Barter Turbo Service, 347 even. And I'm sure there's a video of it or out there somewhere. Actually, I think Built Diesel Mafia has it. And I don't know what for sorcery that man pulled on the starting line, but it was like he let completely out of it. And when he got back into it, it hooked and ran. It was an impressive hook. Go out there and try to find your Saturday night of Diesels and Dark Corners and watch Jimmy's run. I promise you will be impressed. Third place went to Ben Shimp out of with the Rock Diesel Chevy out of Eagle, Wisconsin at 341.80. Fun fact, that is also the new owner of the previous Bad Timing truck. So the Bad Timing truck is still in Wisconsin. It is not with the person Andy Grove sold it to, but it has been sold again to this Ben Shimp. Fourth place went to Brady Ingram with the Shy Diesel truck at 340.13. Marvin Zimmerman, Kervin's brother, did the driving with Midnight Train on Saturday night and took home 11th place at 325.68. And Hassler, his run, it made my back hurt. The bunnies were back. He had a pretty rough run. Ended up 12th place at 323.21. And I think he had some breakage and everything like that. So, all in all, just I can't say enough good about Georgia. These and Dark Corners, those guys down there, Hank and I think his name is Matt, are just 100%. Treat you well. They feed us there on Saturday afternoon. Southern hospitality at its best.
Yep.
Great pit area. Everything is, for the most part, pretty flat. I think they need to get something figured out with the numbers. If they have another year like this year and they continue to grow, putting in 20 more rigs is going to cause some serious problems in there.
I bet.
So yeah. I think they're making plans on that, either having like some sort of, because the hardest part there is, when it's time to get scaled in, they don't have somebody going around to say, hey, it's time. Mm-hmm. Well, we can't physically see the scales where we are to know, like, are they weighing 3.6s yet? Has the three people in front of me, have they already gone to the scales? So I think they need to kind of work on parking classes together. So that's a little bit easier. They'll get it figured out. They're good guys. They're 100% open to suggestions, which is the biggest problem usually with promoters, is their way is the only way. And these guys are not like that. So yeah, if you have the means and you have the ability, the first weekend in November, get down to White Plains, Georgia. Cannot say enough good about it. And the announcer is freaking hilarious. So
I've heard that, yeah.
Pick them up trucks. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I've got. I think I did my share of the talking for them.
Quite a bit, yeah. Yeah, you saved my voice a little bit. I appreciate that.
Let me see.
I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Yeah. Let's here. I'm gonna see if I can share my screen. Show this glorious little belt here. There we go. Look at that. Everybody needs a good wrestling belt there.
There you go.
I can't go in any further.
Heavyweight champ right there.
It's even bedazzled. And then it has 2022 Norm Newswanger on it. And then they'll send us another nameplate for 2023.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess eventually there's this gold plate and this gold plate, and then there's 2 more here on the back side.
Okay.
So I'm sure it'll come out there. But yeah, can't say enough good about it. Yeah, always a good time. Can't wait to go back next year.
Cool. Yeah, I was looking to see. Jeez. I done lost it again. There we go. I was close. Okay. Now I'm looking to see where it is in reference to Jessup.
Jessup's further south, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes forever to get there. I can tell you that. It's a long drive. But anyway, I'm not going to sit here and eat up airtime. Okay. Huh. I'll have to look that up. I know that I don't think they're too far apart, but I think it is further south for Jessup. I know we drove and drove and drove. We finally got there sometime in the night. About run out of gas on the way down. Well, we actually did. My RV.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing the NASCAR weave to keep the daggum thing running to get to the fuel pump, and then the fuel pumps weren't working. Well, guys, we ain't going nowhere until this station comes back up to service here. So we weren't going another inch. So, yep. Only in I'm not sure if that was in South Carolina or Georgia. I don't remember, but it was down the road a ways. Wow. There is a lot of aircraft flying over this place. And they're all choppers. I wonder what's going on. But anyway.
Wonder if there's a bad accident or they're looking for somebody. Maybe they're looking for you.
For me?
Maybe don't go outside for a little bit.
Never know. Never know. But yeah, I'm pretty much done too. Again, 2024 is alive and kicking for East Coast Pro Pulling. Next week we'll have Dave Moore on. Maybe somebody else. We'll get some good feedback from the banquet, from the Pro Pulling League banquet, and probably some more good updates for East Coast Pro Pulling. So we're alive and well. We're going, and tell your friends and family, come on out and support the pulls. And hey, come support us. Like, subscribe, share. Mm-hmm. Hit that thumbs up. It's gonna be a good year. I'm ready.
I need to go pack.
I had a bad year this year, and I'm ready to make up for it.
Yeah.
So, with that said, Kendra, we're playing on next Wednesday.
Yep.
Probably 8:00. I'm thinking. We'll see. It'll be 7 or 8 o'clock. So, until then, I'm in a hurry because I got a show I want to go watch before I go to bed. So, I ain't even ready to log off yet. Here we go. Okay. With that said, thank you for the results, and everybody get ready for the holidays. They'll be here in the blink of an eye. They are here, really. So, yeah. We'll see you next Wednesday, 7 or 8 o'clock. Keep an eye on social media. Okay. See ya. We're still live, by the way, because silly me didn't read off rookies of the year. That's the one thing I did forget. I'm sitting here thinking while that outro was playing. I'm like, what did I forget? I know I forgot something, and sure enough, I did. So before we log off, actually, there's one other thing I want to cover too. Apologize for that. Just let me find it here. Let's see. Goodness gracious, I just had them all wrote down here. I do know Luke Gladhill, Jackson Kramer,
Sydney.
Sydney. That was another one. Might be.
The Muller girls.
Yes, Caitlin and Casey Muller. With the overall rookie of the year, they were all rookies, and I think in the future you're going to see them all get awards. But the overall rookie of the year this year was Luke Gladhill with the Weapon X 466 hot form tractor. And to end the show, again, I apologize. I was just Kendra was ready to run me over with all them results. So I'm just kidding, but and I appreciate you taking the time to go over all that. It sounded like it was an incredible event. Hilton Clark, we talked about it. We lost Hilton Clark, and there was a nice little write up in here in loving memory. I want to go ahead and read that real quick. We thought of you today, but that is nothing new. We thought about you yesterday and days before that too. We think of you in silence. We often speak your name. All we have are memories and your picture in a frame. Your memory is a keepsake from which we'll never part. God has you in his arms. We have you in our heart. And for Hilton Clark, born April 27th, 1943, passed obviously February 28th, 2023. Same age as my dad. Half a year older than my dad. So, but yeah, I apologize for forgetting that stuff, and I'm sure I forgot something else. But if I did, I do apologize. We'll cover it on the next show. I'm done talking. We're out of here. Thank you. See ya.